Hey, Tom Beal here with a Make Today Great moment. I hope this day finds you happy and excited and ready to create the best year yet in 2014. And I figured today, since this is the last day of 2013, I asked myself, what were the most influential books that I read? The ones that had a dramatic impact on how I think, what I say, and what I do. And if I could share those with you today, plus the number one app that has probably positively impacted my life in this past year and will continue to do so in the upcoming year, that can help you take your results to the next level as well. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to share with you the top two books that I feel have dramatically influenced me this year, and the one app that has had a powerful impact on my life and results. And what I ask in return is, if you listen and like this, A, go read those two books. B, do this app that I'm going to share with you. And C, number 3, let me know what your A, most influential book was, B, the best app was, or what the biggest aha moment was for you in 2013. So, fair enough trade? Perfect. So let's get into it. So the two top books, and I'll show you this here soon on this iPhone. The first one is The 4 Agreements. My good friend Seth Larrabee and I were having lunch this past year and comparing notes, like, hey, what books have you read that are cool, what insights, whatever. So we share stuff. So the subtext behind that is, who are you associating with, and how are you being that student seeking to improve yourself? Because if you're hanging around with others who are students seeking to improve themselves, they're going to come across stuff that you haven't seen, you're going to come across stuff that they haven't seen, and together you'll help rise both ships. Does that make sense? So he shared with me The 4 Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. He talked so highly of it that I went and got it, and I also went and got it on this other app that I'm going to show you here soon. So it's awesome. The 4 agreements are: be impeccable with your word, never take anything personally, never make assumptions, and always do your best. And man, ever since I've ingrained that into my mind, just a couple days ago, I was saying and doing stuff that wasn't being impeccable with my word. I was taking things personally. I was making assumptions, and that led to a lot of discomfort and a lot of excitement within myself. So after analyzing that, the next day I apologized, saying, you know what, I messed up. I took it personally. I made assumptions, and I was not being impeccable with my word. So please accept my apology, and sincerely, obviously. But it's interesting, because if you are following those 4 agreements, and once you have those ingrained in your mind, and you live those, you'll notice you're in the flow when you're following those 4 agreements, and you're out of the flow when you're making assumptions, when you're taking something personally, when you're not being impeccable with your word, and you're not doing your very best. So that is a must-get book. Do that. The second book is I Dare You by William Danforth. This is a classic. My mother gave me this book as a Christmas present in 2006, and I read it then, and I since had stacked it away. And when I was up in New York visiting my kids a couple months ago, the book magically uncovered itself as I was opening up a box. I said, wow, this book was awesome. So I reread it and took it steps further that I'll share with you. But I dare you to go get I Dare You by William Danforth. You can find it as a digital download. You can find it on Amazon. The original copy I have is quite expensive, with the leather-bound one on Amazon, but you can get another copy I got that has a couple other books with it for much less. And then with this special app I'm going to show you here, you can get it for a good discount as well. And now let's move on to the one app that changed my life this past year. The app is Audible, and you'll see two of the top books I just mentioned are right there, The 4 Agreements and I Dare You. This is my iPhone 5. I'm recording this with my iPhone 4. I have huge amounts of audios here because this is a 64 gig. This darn thing is only a 32 gig and runs out, so I can only do a few things on this one. But The 4 Agreements is there, I Dare You, and a whole bunch of other books. And the cool part about this is I've listened to these at 3x speed. So if it's an hour long, you'll listen to it in about 15 minutes. Is that right? So half would be 30 minutes and half of that's 15, something like that. So you listen to it at a much more rapid pace. I'll give you an example. So this is The 4 Agreements. So that's 3x, and it's understandable, but this has been a game changer for me. Listening to 3x while I'm traveling, listen on the road. I have the, whether it's plugged in through Bluetooth or whether it's various devices, constantly seeking to improve myself with great books that friends have recommended, that I come across, and many times listening to the same ones over and over. So I listen to The Four Agreements and I Dare You over and over and over, along with several others in this library here that I'll be happy to share with you. So hopefully this is helpful. So go get The Four Agreements, go get I Dare You, and be sure to get Audible and get those things so you can listen to them and learn how to listen at 3x speed and continuously upgrading your mind, filling it with the software to get you the results that you need. And obviously take notes and journal that as you go. So those are my biggest takeaways from this year. I'd love to hear yours. What was the absolute best book that you read? What was the absolute biggest aha moment that you've experienced, and or what was the best app that you feel you like to share? So please leave your comments below. I look forward to being in this collaborative upcoming year. So it's my absolute honor and pleasure to be sharing stuff with you, and I look forward to you being able to share stuff with me as well. Let's do our best to make this upcoming year the best year yet. Till we speak again, make today great. Bye for now.